Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series from the Clone Wars Cad Bane. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. First up, as we normally do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. On the top, it's just a little hook. Slight window to let some light in on the figure from the top down. Star Wars The Black Series, and a nice window showcasing the figure and his accessories, well, most of the figure. Star Wars The Clone Wars, Cad Bane. Assortment number. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Worn up on the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, nice artwork of B.A. Bane. And it ain't bad attitude, folks. And then on this side, Star Wars Black Series here at the bottom, and the stripe continuing around from the front. And it continues around to the back. And then Star Wars The Black Series. Cad Bane, a ruthless bounty hunter from the planet Doro. Cad Bane was the preeminent blaster for hire in the galaxy at the time of the Clone Wars. No quarry was too dangerous for Bane, if the price was right. Remember to spay and neuter your pets. There it is in some other languages, and again that nice artwork of Cad Bane. He's 06 in the Clone Wars series. Attention, don't stick things in your French pie hole. Includes figure and tool accessories. Achtung, don't stick things in your other language pie hole. Some more small print, some more made in China print, some Disney print, and some more Hasbro print. That, my friends, completes a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And handy dandy tweezers, we'll take a look at the accessories first. And he has two of these blaster pistols. There, shed some light on it. Nice silver color. Nice paint apps. And here's the second one. Maybe if I can hold on to it. And it's just like the first one. Nice simple details. As it should be, seeing as how it's based on the animated show, I suppose. Here is his sack of dastardly goodies. And of course, here is his hat. With some nice, it looks like dry brushing here on the brim. And then silver paint apps on either side. Let's take a look at the figure himself. Gotta love them eyes. And that snarl on his face. This is a very great looking figure, in my opinion, of course. Holsters for each of his guns. Nice paint apps throughout the figure. I mean, has his little thruster pods, boot jets, whatever you want to call them, and then all kind of gizmos here on his forearm gauntlets, I guess you could call them. All kind of ammunition. Let's check out his articulation. He can look up just a tad. He looks down a little better. And most of his tilt there, it all comes from, there's a ball joint in the bottom of the neck. There may be one at the top too, but it doesn't seem to get a lot of movement other than around, which he can do the full exorcist. But because the neck moves, you kind of have to watch it, because it will spin when you don't want it to. And it's the collar here is part of that articulation. And let's see, waggle, he got all kind of waggle in there. Oh, I'm dizzy. At the shoulder, a full 360 degree rotation, and it can come out better than 90 degrees. And of course, well, I said of course, but there seems to be a cut at the upper bicep, and it will give you some rotation, not great rotation, but it does give you some. It's a hinge and swivel at the elbow, and you kind of have to watch out for these wires. And it will do a full 360, but because of the wires, it can't. But without the wires, it would, if that makes any sense. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist, on an up and down hinge, and then same thing on the other side also. The wrist is on an up and down hinge, so that's great. At the hips, well, let's not get to the hips yet. Cut at the mid-torso where the chest kind of meets the lower torso. Does give you 360 degrees of rotation, because of course there's nothing at the waist. He does give you some kind of hula action there. And he can crunch back that far, which is not much at all, and crunch forward that far, which is also not much at all. And I started that. The hips, he'll give you that much of the splits. Kicks forward like a showgirl, and back like nothing, because I bumped the camera and his butt gets in the way. And to get that much, you have to swing his leg out just a little bit. And there is a cut right here, hidden by his space chaps, I guess you call them. And then at the knee, it's on a hinge and swivel. It'll give you that much bend, and of course it does swivel a full 360 degrees. Now, the boot jets, they can swivel some. I don't recommend moving them a whole lot if you don't have to, because they're, I don't know, it feels like it's gonna break when you move them too much. So just be aware of that, and only move it if you have to. At the ankle, it tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and of course forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as his accessories go, here's his evil bag of goodies, and you just kind of put it under this arm and around his head, and it just kind of hangs there behind him. The pistols fit nicely into the holsters. And they also go in the hand pretty good too, although I will tell you his hands are a little on the stiff side, so as you can see, he does hold it and his finger does go through the trigger guard. And of course, last but not least, his nice little space cowboy hat. Because what's a spaghetti western character without a cowboy hat? And that, my friends, completes a look at the figure and his accessories. Now it's time for my favorite part of a review, the comparisons. And let's start things off with the Phase 1 Clone Trooper. And Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker. Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the Archive Edition 501st Clone Trooper in Phase 2 armor. Now, how does he compare up with other lines? Let's take a look. From the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, here we have Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, here we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And for a 7-inch comparison, here we have the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. And that, my friends, completes our look at comparisons. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series, the Clone Wars Cad Bane figure, if you're into Star Wars and you've seen the Clone Wars, you want this guy. I mean, this is a pretty good figure. I can't wait until they make the Book of Boba Fett version. Spoiler alert, sorry. Or even the Bad Batch version. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Sorry. There was a previous edition to this one that was it was an exclusive somewhere, but I think it was the exact same figure. It just came with his little Toto droid. And that's really, there's two things missing from this figure: his rifle and Toto, and that's it. Other than that, this is a pretty darn near perfect rendition of the figure, in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. So, the bottom line on this guy is, if you're into Star Wars, he's a buy. I mean, that's, again, my opinion. Don't, take that to the bank. That's my opinion. You, of course, may feel differently, and that's okay. That does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.